Atlantic Boxing Television. Hello everyone, I'm Peter McGowan with Paul Stivaletta and Jerry Forte, and Paulie Stivaletta has an interview for us.
Well, how you doing, Jerry? I've seen you again the last time I was back here. I think it's the Golden Gloves, and it's nice to see you again. And it's a credit for boxing that you're one of the commissioners. And I can remember the days when you fought here and I fought here. Was that about 5 years ago?
Yeah, at least 4.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
thank you, Paul. It's always a pleasure seeing you.
And what do you think of this fight tonight? And the type of crowd you expect to come in? And I think we're going to see some good fights.
I think we'll see some good fights, especially with Mickey Ward making a comeback here in his hometown. He's done great the last couple of times, and I think the last fight was a second-round knockout for him. He's been in the gym training hard. He's in good shape. He looks excellent. I think Johnny, the promoter, Johnny Gagliardi, has stepped up a little bit in the competition for him. The people are out here for him. There's a lot of enthusiasm in Lowell, and I think it's going to be a great fight, and I think Mickey will beat him.
Well, that's great to hear. We watched him before. The last time we were here, he looks like a great little fighter and up and coming. And of course, each fight they seem to improve, and their opponents are getting a little tougher too. Could you tell us some things about your job as a commissioner? What do you look out for, and what's your duties as a commissioner to be at these fights? Not only to see if the opponents are capable and well fit to be in the ring, but there must be some other things we don't know about. Maybe you can help us with. Yeah,
sure, Paul. As a deputy, actually my functions are a lot of times you'll be assigned to a dressing room, depending on where you're assigned. There's a lot of things with the hand wraps. You have to make sure the wraps are done correctly. That's a deputy is in the dressing room at all times when the fight goes on. As you notice, there's a deputy in one corner and one maybe the opposite corner, and they watch for illegal adrenaline and chloride and medications that they might use, trainers may use, and you have to watch for these things. There's a lot of coaching that goes on in corners that you have to watch for that. You have to keep decorum at all times. That's why deputies are there. They're there more or less as an extension of the boxing commission, the commissioners themselves. So there's a lot of facets to the job. You're there at weigh-ins, you weigh the fighters in. There's so many things to it. There's a lot of aspects to it, Paul. Yeah.
Yes, I'm sure there is. And in our day, as you know and I know, that we were checked out as whether we were training in the gym or prepared to take on a fight, not called up the night before and say, would you take a fight on? And of course, sometimes we did, I guess, you know. And but it's nice to know, and the public doesn't know the safety that's put behind all these fights. And it's nice to have a commissioner to be able to bring out those aspects about boxing, which you don't hear too much about at fights. You just see the fights going and announcers speaking about the opponents, their wins, their ability, and so forth. But to know that the safety is always a factor around the ring, and I'd like to ask this question. In our day when we fought, there was always state police walking around the ring to make sure that the same things you said, that something ain't being handed up to the fighters, and they were plain clothes. Is that still an issue today with them?
They have state troopers. A lot of times the promoter will hire local police. In the jurisdiction that is the police department will be here at a fight. You'll see, actually it's a law, they should be here. I don't know if it's 1, 2, or 3 policemen. Sometimes you'll see state police, plainclothes state police at ringside. So the safety factor is always number one. And of course there's riots at times, and you have to have the police here. And when we fought, I think you've seen more uniformed police, but you'll see a lot of police and not wearing uniforms or anything. They'll be sitting around ringside. They are there. They're present.
That's not good to know, and a lot of people don't know that. So there's a lot of safety that goes along with the boxing association, that they do have exits open and open for people to get out if they have to, I guess, and to enter in and out, and yet something doesn't happen and somebody handing up a fight or something, and in true boxing times there were things like that done. And of course, you know, we think about football, we see football on TV, and it's such a bigger crowd and bigger stadiums, and we've seen the rules there, and it's such a big thing to watch. But in boxing, we could close it down a little bit, and with the help of commissioners and the police department, whether it's state police or whatever, to keep the rules the way they should be, and the fighters are in condition, and that's good to know, and it's good for the public to know that too. That it isn't just a fight up in the ring. They're saying there's a lot more going on around that ring to make sure that the fighters are all right, and especially the referees are great referees we've seen and interviewed here. Nick Peretti is one, and many more others. And that they are looking at the fighters and making sure they're all right in case of knockdowns, whether they're capable of going on. And of course, the commissioner must play a little role in that too. If they think that sitting in the ringside that a fighter looks hurt, do they have the right to step up to the corner and say something to the trainers or the referee?
The boxing commission has the full power to actually stop a fight if he feels that the doctor should stop a fight if a fight is not in good shape to continue, but the boxing commission can step in at any time if they feel deemed necessary. They can stop a fight. They have full power at the fights. Actually, their function is to oversee all the other officials, deputies, referees, your judges, your timekeeper. There's so many different levels to put on a boxing show, as you well know, Paul, and being affiliated with it all your life, so you know what goes on. And there are a lot of things that happen here, but the commission does have the full power. There's a lot of things. There's contracts that you have to contend with, and everything that the commissioner oversees.
Well, it's nice to know that, and there's so many things that you have to watch, and people don't know that, you know. And when we talk about other sports and boxing, sometimes gets a little knock here and there because an opponent got knocked out and maybe hurt a little bit, but not because of they weren't watching and there wasn't the safety rules weren't being protected. It's just that can happen in any sport, and we see it happen in football, and we've heard a lot of stories about football games or other events as sports. But boxing is more clean, I think, and more officiated in all aspects of safety than any of the sports I think I see, whether it's stock car racing or the big 500 Daytona races and all those things. So it's a credit to know that you are one of the boxing commissioners now and a deputy commissioner and a great fighter in your day. And
thank you.
I've known you throughout the years, and not only as a great fighter but a gentleman, and it goes to show you that any part of boxing rubs off you as respectable, that you were in the ring, and so proud to be talking to you today after I think it's 30-something years ago we met. We won't talk about Halifax, though, will we?
No. That's another story.
So it's a pleasure to be with you and talking to you and giving us information that you have given us tonight.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank
it's
you.
always a pleasure to be here.
Thank you.